Good morning students. Now I am going to teach Unit 3 Magnetism and Magnetic Effects of Electric Current. In this chapter, so already introduction part we will see the Google Meet class. The remaining topic now I'll teach the class. So magnetism and magnetic effects நம்ம first என்ன பார்த்தோம் அப்படின்னா magnetismனா என்ன, what is magnetism, what are the properties, what are the types of magnet, then magnetic field, define magnetic field, then dipole moment. இது எல்லாமே நம்ம introduction partல பார்த்தோம் இல்லையா. So till the page number 132 I'll finished. Today I'll start magnetic field lines. So first of all, please look at this diagram. The previous last year bookல இருக்கும் அந்த diagram, இந்த year bookல இருக்காது. இந்த year bookல இருக்காது. அந்த diagram மட்டும் நான் உங்களுக்கு காமிக்கிறேன். அதை வச்சு என்ன பண்ணுவோம் அப்படின்னா பார்க்கலாம். The first one, look at this diagram. The first diagram, magnetic field lines are continuous closed curves. The first point, listen. The produce ஆகக்கூடிய magnetic field lines எப்படி கிடைக்கும்னா closed curves. The direction of the magnetic field lines from north pole to south pole in the outside the magnet. At the same time, inside the magnet, from south pole to north pole inside the magnet. So outside the magnet north to south, inside the magnet south to north. So this is the first point. So magnetic field lines are continuous closed curves. Then next, outside the magnet north to south, inside the magnet south to north. This is the first point. Then second diagram, look at the second diagram. The direction of the magnetic field at any point on the curve, any point on the curve is drawn the tangent. இதில் ஃபார்ம் ஆகக்கூடிய ஏதாவது ஒரு curve line எடுத்துட்டோம் அப்படின்னா ஸோ அதுதான் நம்ம என்ன சொல்லுவோம் அப்படின்னா tangent. The magnetic field lines at that point, அந்த பாயிண்ட்ல தான் நமக்கு என்ன கிரியேட் ஆகும்னா magnetic field lines. This is the second point. And third point is magnetic field lines never intersect. So என்ன ஆகாது அப்படின்னா ஒன்னோட ஒன்று என்ன செய்யாது, intersect ஆகாது. At the same time, intersect ஆனா the magnetic compass needle point towards two different direction காமிக்கும். ஆனால் அது ஒரு பாசிபிள், நமக்கு வந்து பாசிபிளாக இருக்காது. ஸோ நார்மலாக நம்ம மேக்னெட்டிக் காம்பஸ் நீடில் வந்து நார்த் டு சவுத் ரெண்டு டைரக்ஷன் காமிக்கும். ஸோ இன்டர்செக்ட் ஆகாமல் இருந்தா அட் த சேம் டைம் இன்டர்செக்ட் ஆனால் அது ஒரு டிஃப்ரெண்ட் டைரக்ஷனை காமிக்கும். அது நமக்கு இதோட என்ன செய்யாது, மேட்ச் ஆகாது. தென் நெக்ஸ்ட் பாயிண்ட், ஃபோர்த் பாயிண்ட், the magnetic field lines determine the relative strength of the magnetic field. So the magnetic field is strong. So the magnetic field lines are closed to the magnet. So it is very weak. The magnetic fields கிடைக்கக்கூடிய field lines நமக்கு எப்படி கிடைக்கும், it is weak. அப்போ magnetic field lines என்ன பண்ணணும், ஸ்ப்ளிட் பண்ணிடணும், செப்பரேட் பண்ணி ஒவ்வொரு மேக்னெட்டுக்கு ஏற்ற மாதிரி என்ன செய்யும் அப்படின்னா அந்த ஃபீல்டு லைன்ஸ் நமக்கு கிரியேட் ஆகும். The previous class we have to learn pole strength. Pole strength is the scalar quantity. Then the one mark question கேட்பாங்க, what is the quantity, dimensional formula, SI unit of pole strength. This is the important term. So the magnetic field also is very important, pole strength. So there are 4 points in the magnetic field lines. Then next topic is magnetic flux. So நம்ம electrostaticsல படிச்சிருக்கோம். Electrostatics fully based on the charges. This magnetic flux is based on the field, that is the magnetic field. So what is flux already தெரியும், எலக்ட்ரிக் ஃப்ளக்ஸ் படித்தோம். நம்ம எலக்ட்ரோஸ்டாட்டிக்ஸில் படித்தது எலக்ட்ரிக் ஃப்ளக்ஸ். ஸோ இங்கே மேக்னெட்டிக் ஃபீல்டில் படிக்கிறது மேக்னெட்டிக் ஃப்ளக்ஸ். The number of the magnetic field lines crossing any area normally is defined as the magnetic flux. The pi p is denoted, the magnetic flux is denoted by the letter is pi p through the area. So first let us consider the two rectangular. So we have to apply the magnetic field. The field is uniform. So this is the area. So the area is denoted the letter A. The uniform magnetic field is B vector and area A. The number of the magnetic field lines crossing any area. So this is the magnetic flux. The magnetic flux is denoted by the letter is pi p and P is the magnetic field, A is the area. So P vector dot A vector is equal to P A cos theta. That means the theta is the angle between P vector and A vector. So this is the magnetic flux. How to calculate the magnetic flux? This is the rectangular. This is the area. The magnetic field lines is crossing this area. We have to find out the angle is the angle between magnetic field and area. So we have to calculate the angle. So this is the magnetic flux. This is the important 2-mark question. Define magnetic flux means you have to write this definition and this formula. Is it clear? Yes. Then next we have to take, there are the two special cases. The first one is P vector is the magnetic field. So P vector is normal to the surface. When theta is equal to 0 degree means we have to substitute this value. So pi p is equal to Pa cos theta. When theta value is 0 degree means the flux is pi p is equal to Pa. That is the maximum value. At the same time, the magnetic field P vector is parallel to the surface means the angle is 90 degree. So flux will be 0 because you have to substitute this the value theta 90 degree. So the magnetic field is not uniform over the surface. So pi p is equal to integral of P vector dot dA vector. So already you know that the definition. So first you have to write what is magnetic flux and what is the equation. Then what are the special cases. Then next this is the important 1-mark questions in this in the paragraph. Magnetic flux is a scalar quantity. Underline the word. And the SI unit for magnetic flux is Weber. Underline this unit. It is denoted by the symbol is WB. Dimensional formula for magnetic flux is ml square T minus 2 ampere minus 1. Then the CGS unit of magnetic flux is Maxwell. So this paragraph fully important 1-mark question. Magnetic flux is a scalar quantity. SI unit of the magnetic flux is Weber. The symbol is WB and dimensional formula for magnetic flux is ml square T minus 2 ampere minus 1. 1 Weber is equal to 10 to the power 8 Maxwell. Is it clear? Yes. This is the magnetic flux. And next one is magnetic flux density. Magnetic flux density is defined as the number of magnetic field lines crossing per unit area kept normal to the direction of lines of force. So what is the unit of magnetic flux density? Weber meter minus 2 or Tesla. The unit of magnetic flux is Weber and unit of magnetic flux density is Weber meter minus 2 or Tesla. Okay, this defined magnetic flux and flux density is the important 2-mark question. So you learn thoroughly. And next topic is uniform magnetic field and non-uniform magnetic field. Uniform magnetic field means already you know that in electrostatic lessons, if you applied the electric field means the field will be equal. At the same time, the magnetic field is said to be the uniform. if it has same magnitude and direction at all the underline this word same magnitude and the direction. Magnitude direction எப்படி இருக்கும் சேமா இருக்கும். This is the uniform magnetic field. This is the uniform direction of the magnetic field. Magnetic field is denoted by the letter is B. And same magnitude and the direction. For example, Earth magnetic field is the uniform. So the magnetic field of Earth has same value over the entire area of your school. For example, Earth எடுத்துட்டோம் அப்படின்னா the Earthல அதனுடைய field எப்படி இருக்கும் அப்படின்னா it is a uniform field because same magnitude and direction. At the same time, non-uniform magnetic field. So look at this diagram. This is the uniform field. இந்த field பார்த்தீங்க அப்படின்னா இது curve என்ன டைரக்ஷன் மாறி இருக்கு. அப்போ இதனுடைய மேக்னிடியூட் டைரக்ஷன் என்ன இருக்குது சேஞ்ச் ஆயிருக்கு. அப்போ இதிலிருந்து நம்ம ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ணலாம் this is the non-uniform magnetic field. So the magnetic field is said to be a non-uniform if the magnitude or direction are both vary at different points in the region. For example, magnetic field of a bar magnet. Bar magnet நம்ம ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணிட்டு நம்ம நீடில் ஒவ்வொரு ஏரியாவில் வைக்கும்போது அதனுடைய ஃபீல்டை நம்ம என்ன செய்வோம் மார்க் பண்ணுவோம். இப்போ அதனுடைய டைரக்ஷனை பொறுத்து என்ன செய்யும் நமக்கு ஃபீல்டு வந்து கிரியேட் ஆகும். இப்போ ஃபீல்டோட டைரக்ஷனை வச்சு நம்ம யூனிஃபார்மாக நான் யூனிஃபார்மாங்கிறத ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ண முடியும். இஸ் இட் கிளியர்? எஸ். ஸோ டுடே we have to discuss about magnetic field lines. Magnetic field lines உள்ள அந்த 4 points. Then magnetic flux. Define magnetic flux கேட்டாங்கன்னா definition, then equation, then next 2 special cases, and this is the 1 mark questions this paragraph. And next topic is magnetic flux density. Define magnetic flux density and the unit, and the uniform magnetic field and non-uniform magnetic field. Then at the example 3.4, calculate the magnetic flux coming out from closed surface containing magnetic dipole as shown in the figure. Look at this diagram. ஒரு magnetic flux ஒரு closed surface எடுத்திருக்கோம். ஸோ டைபோல் நமக்கு தெரியும் 2 எட்ஜ், இதுதான் என்னது டைபோல். ஸோ இதிலிருந்து வரக்கூடிய magnetic flux வந்து இந்த closed surfaceல உள்ள magnetic flux என்ன செய்யுது, இதை சுற்றி இருக்கக்கூடியது தான் flux. இப்போ இதில் நம்ம என்ன கண்டுபிடிக்கிறோம் அப்படின்னா the total flux emanating from the closed surface என்ன பண்ணுது, அந்த closed surface வந்து வெளியில வரக்கூடிய அந்த flux வந்து enclosed in the dipole is 0 because already we know that inside the Gaussian surface is 0. The same concept, the flux எடுத்துட்டோம்னாவே அந்த inside the surface என்னவா இருக்கும் நமக்கு 0. So the pi p is equal to closed integral of p vector dot d a vector is equal to 0. So this is the magnetic. This integral is taken over closed surface. Since no isolated magnetic pole, that means magnetic monopole. Mono means single. So integral. But inside the Gaussian surface is 0 means flux 0 means the integral of closed integral of p vector dot dA vector is equal to 0. This is the similar to Gauss law in electrostatics. The based on the flux சொன்னாவே electric flux இருந்தாலும் magnetic flux இருந்தாலும் inside the surface is 0. இந்த கான்செப்ட் நமக்கு எப்போதுமே என்ன செய்யக்கூடாது, மறக்கக்கூடாது. Is it clear? Next topic, Coulomb inverse square law. This is the important 3 mark question. Look at this diagram. Let us consider 2 bar magnets. This is magnet A, this is magnet B. When the north pole of the magnet A and north pole of the magnet B, then next south pole of the magnet A and south pole of the magnet B. These magnets are brought closer, so they repel each other. This is the repulsive force. So first we have to consider 2 bar magnet. The first magnet is magnet A, this is magnet B. the north pole of magnet A and north pole of magnet B and south pole of magnet A and south pole of magnet B. So these poles are brought closer, so it will repel each other. At the same time, this is the attractive force. North pole of the magnet A and north pole of the magnet B and south pole of the magnet A and south pole of the magnet B are brought closer their poles. So these two magnets are attract each other. So this is the repulsive force, this is the attractive force. So the Coulomb's inverse square law means based on the electrostatics. Already Coulomb's law we have to discuss about in the first chapter electrostatics. Coulomb's law means interaction between the two charges. ஏதாவது ரெண்டு சார்ஜ் எடுத்து நம்ம செய்யக்கூடியது தான் Coulomb's law. But Coulomb's inverse square lawனா ஒரு pole strength. நல்லா ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கோங்க, ஒரு pole strength. So what is the definition? The definition of Coulomb inverse square law is the force of attraction or repulsion between two magnetic poles is directly proportional to the product of their pole strengths and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. So this is the equation. The force of attraction and repulsion between two magnetic poles is directly proportional to the product of their pole strength and inversely proportional to the square of the distance. That means F vector proportional QMA QMP by R squared into R cap. Already we know that R cap is the unit vector. So QMA and QMP is the pole strength of two poles. R is the distance between two magnetic poles. So proportional means constant. So we have to substitute the constant value as K. So F vector is equal to K into QMA QMP by R squared into R cap. So K is the proportionality constant. So what is the value of K? The K is equal to mu naught by 4 by that equal 10 to the power minus 7 Henry meter minus 1. Mu naught, already you know that you learn first chapter. Mu naught is permeability of free space. Epsilon naught means permittivity of free space. So mu naught is the permeability of free space. This is the important 3-mark question. First you have to write the statement. Force of attraction or repulsion between two magnetic poles is directly proportional to the pole strength and inversely proportional to the square of the distance. And QMA and MP is the pole strength of two poles and R is the distance. So we have to substitute the proportional constant. Proportionality constant is K. And the value of K is mu naught by 4 pi is equal to 10 to the power minus 7 Henry meter minus 1. Mu naught means permeability of free space. This is the important 3-mark question. Is it clear? Yes. What is repulsive force? What is attractive force? Then statement, then equation, then important terms, then we have to write K value and mu naught. Then next at the last one is problem. This is the important problems. Example 3.5. Listen. The repulsive force between two magnetic poles in air is 9 into 10 to the power minus 3 Newton. If the two poles are equal in strength and are separated by a distance of 10 centimeter, calculate the pole strength of each pole. So, ஒவ்வொரு போலுக்கும் எவ்வளவு strength இருக்குங்கிறத நம்ம calculate பண்ணணும். So, what are the given datas? What is the value of F? F is equal to 9 into 10 to the power minus 3 Newton is given. Then what is the value of R? 10 centimeters converted into meter. And we have to calculate the pole strength. Pole strength is denoted Q. Q, M, A and MP. So already you know that the formula. Coulomb inverse square law formula. The same formula we have to substitute this term. So F is equal to mu naught by 4 pi QMA QMP by R squared. You know the value of S. So substitute the value. So we know the value of mu naught 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7 divided by 4 pi into QM squared by R value is 10 into 10 to the power minus 2 the whole square. So next we have to take 4 pi get cancelled. So remaining term 10 to the power minus 7 into Qm squared by 10 to the power minus 2. So Qm squared is equal to 9 into 10 to the power minus 3 divided by 10 to the power 5. Because the denominator value power value மேல போகும்போது plus ஆயிரும். இப்போ இதை minus பண்ணோம்னா remaining term என்ன வரும் 5. So 9 into 10 to the power minus 3 by 10 to the power minus 5. So next 9 into 10 to the power minus 3 means 900. So Qm squared is equal to 900 means Qm is equal to 30 Newton Tesla minus 1. Is it clear? Yes. This is the important problem. Example 3.5 is the important problems. Today class is over. Today your homework is state magnetic flux, define magnetic flux density, difference between uniform and non-uniform magnetic field, and state Coulomb inverse square law. And we have to discuss about these two problems now. So you have to be thorough this problem. Example 3.4 and 3.5. Dear students, today class is over. Please study these questions. Then remaining chapter we will see next class. Thank you students. Thank you.